spread it out. You may find additional clues to the individual when I talk about the man, or I talk about the woman, or I talk about the child. I wanted to spread it out so you should get a good picture of the whole sign and not just lump it all in the very beginning. So if you are looking for something, you may see it at the end. And if there's something that you think that does not apply to you, it's very possible it has to do with the hour. Just remember, the hour is extremely important because let's say you're an Aquarius by the month sign. That means you're intellectual. That means you're more of an air element. But your hour is water. If your hour is water, it will make you much more emotional, which means that if you see a very moving film, you will cry because of all that water in you. Where a pure Aquarian will not cry necessarily. Right now we're going to discuss a typical Aquarius. The typical ones are generally kind, tranquil by nature. They're not very loud. They're not fire. They're much more of the calmer type. They're not easily moved. But if you take this, what appears to be a ma'ala, a strength, and you expand it a little bit, you know what it does to an individual? It makes him indifferent. When a person is too calm, too tranquil, he can become indifferent. Nothing bothers him. And that could be sometimes a problem. Nothing bothers him. Well, sometimes he should be bothered by something. So we will see. It all depends how much of the volume you raise in this tranquil nature. He enjoys defying public opinion. They're very, very much known for this. They don't necessarily agree or go by the standards, by tradition. They will take it apart, find something wrong with it, and oppose it if necessary. And sometimes just for the fun of it. They can sometimes be very confident of themselves and not necessarily go along with the instructions that they're given, either because they want to experiment something else, or because they don't think that the person is right, or simply because they're in the mood of it. But otherwise, they're soft-spoken and courteous. Many of them can be very funny, conceited, and independent. Does everybody know here what conceited means? Conceited? Who decided that it should be pronounced conceited? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, conceited? Yeah. You know what conceited means? Conceited is not arrogant exactly. There's a small difference between them. Aquarians are known to be somewhat self-centered. Self-centered, that means they're into themselves. Why are they into themselves? Well, you'll see soon, because of certain ideas that they have about life. And they're very, very strongly idealistic about these ideas. And it creates a certain aloofness. That's another, perhaps, difficult word for some of you whose English may not be the first language. A certain aloofness means a certain sense of, I know it's right. This is the correct way to do it. It doesn't mean they're arrogant. Don't mistake this with arrogance. Arrogance belongs to the fire element. Big shots. On the contrary, they hate big shots. They're totally not compatible with big shots. But it creates a certain detachment. In other words, I think this is right. I'm going to pursue this. This is what I'm going to do. Remember, Aquarius is also a fixed sign. Remember, we have fixed. Taurus is fixed for the earth. Aquarius is fixed for the air. And you have Scorpio, who's fixed for the water. And you have, who are we missing? And we have Leo, who's fixed with the fire. The fixed signs are a little bit more stable, more firm, and do not change. And as we will see later on, because of that, that creates a certain degree of stubbornness too. They're fixed, so they're not adaptable, they're not changeable. Very independent. Independent means that they want to do things the way they think they should be done. But typically they are diplomatic, gentle, sympathetic, and timid. Now notice this.